Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Finished training for the day? Time to fight post-workout fatigue with Core Power Protein Shakes. They're packed with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle and electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to help your body replenish, rebuild, and repair post-workout so you can power on to the next one. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Visit corepower.com to learn more.
All right, it is time for our Last Chance Kitchen recap, episode 3 and 4. I decided to put these two together because this is crazy. Two complete bombshells in this Last Chance Kitchen. If you haven't watched yet, Last Chance Kitchen episodes, episode 3 and 4, there's like a two-part episode 4 where it was Zubair and Bailey. Spoiler alert, Bailey moves on and Zubair gets sent home, and Bailey beats Anya and also beats Sam, but Sam had already bowed out of the competition. All right, let's rewind. Sam bowed out of the competition. They had this hat trick thing with Tom Colicchio going, hey, hats, I would like to wear hats. Check out this very hat-filled scoreboard of me wearing hats. And you got to give me 3 dishes. First one to have 3 liking dishes that I like. You get me with a hat on. And you guys in? And Anya and Bailey's like, yep, we're both in. And then Sam's like, hi, I'd like to say something here. I've decided to bow out. It was a tough decision. And I underestimated Last Chance Kitchen, and it took a toll. The competition wasn't for me, and bye-bye. And he walks off. He's gone. Like, he's not part of the peanut gallery with the rest of them. Like with Anya, once she gets eliminated, she's there with Ying and Mimi, but there's no Sam. Sam was this like ringer that they brought in as part of like the curveball of Last Chance Kitchen. And then 2 episodes later, we hardly knew ye, and he's gone. And I had no idea. You would never have known that he was going through any sort of mental toll at all, because whether it was the editing or just he's a duck. Like up above water, everything's chill, everything's good, but below water, it's going wild. And so Sam, grand opening, grand closing, that was wild. So, of course, Tom Colicchio has to like regather himself, go back and figure out how he's going to do this competition. Instead, it's going to be a 45-minute clock. And again, first to 3 liked dishes, Bailey and Anya. Anya gives a cauliflower dish with a scallops and citrus that Tom hated so much that he was eating it. He goes, this is terrible. I had to rewind it just to make sure that's what he said. And sure enough, he said, this is terrible. And I'm feeling so bad for Anya because literally I thought she could win this whole thing. And the onions didn't cook well. She had to toss it out. Just the time management, all the cook, it just went sideways. The halibut wasn't cooked. It was raw fish. Didn't get the 3rd dish out. And so it was one of those, what did Mimi call it? It was a landslide in the failure direction. That was how I would describe the Anya cook against Bailey. When Bailey did this tomato, lamb, baked feta dish, very Greek, of course. I'm as part Greek I was really excited for this dish, and she did great. She brought in her own rye crackers. It worked out really well. She moves on, and Zubair comes in, and it was, look, she did an amazing job. Bailey did. She had confidence issues. She's rolling. She's figuring out her game. She's getting it. And then Zubair comes in, and Tom literally at one point says to him, I'm surprised you're here. Like, Tom even thinks that she's the underdog. And Zubair's like, I'm surprised you're here. Of course, we did this savory and sweet dish. It didn't work out with this duck breast that we couldn't even chew through. And I think it was Michael Cera who said, I didn't even want to go for a second bite. And so Zubair's coming in as the heavy favorite. He did really well he won an episode, and he comes in here and he gets sent home. He gets sent packing. Bailey's back in the competition. I was stunned by this. And this is really early to get, eliminated. Zubair went from winning episode, what is it? Episode 3, was it? Zubair goes from winning an episode 2. He won episode 2, and then he gets sent home. And barely got to do any Last Chance Kitchen because he happened to be the last one before they re-entered the competition, which I'm telling you, that ain't fair. Zubair, he's not even on my team, so I feel like he got the short end of the stick. But because he got eliminated and then he had the little curveball, Tom was like, oh, by the way, Last Chance Kitchen starts now. He's going on no sleep. He's going on no prep, and he's exhausted already. And then he's got to do Last Chance Kitchen. Man, I feel bad for Zubair. This is hard to take. Really, really liked him. His Indian food seemed on point all season, and then just couldn't get that duck breast. So Bailey, shouts to Bailey for getting re-entered into the competition. Team Eric Ajapong gets Bailey back on her team. It was either Zubair. They're both on Eric's team. So either way, he was going to get his person back. But I don't know. I had to look this up. Last Chance Kitchen re-entry for episode 5. That's the earliest that I could find. The last couple seasons, it was 6. This is crazy. So Zubair gone, Anya gone, Mimi gone, and then Ying and Sam, even though they were the 2 ringers, they lasted one episode in Last Chance Kitchen. I think Top Chef, I like bringing in these kind of ringers. Suan last season. I think that Last Chance Kitchen is secretly harder than the real competition. Because I remember when Brother Luck got sent home a couple years ago and he had to bow out and he was like, you know what? I'm done. I don't even want to do Last Chance Kitchen. And then he quit. It seems like Last Chance Kitchen is like overtime where they've already played the full game and they're so exhausted and they're just like, I don't even know if I have anything left. And for Zubair, who came from the competition into Last Chance Kitchen, had to fight for his life and then get eliminated, I just feel like that is a hard stop. Zubair, I'm really bummed out. Double elimination coming, so this is going to be a pretty epic next episode. I can't believe Zubair and Anya are gone. Bailey's back, and that is your Pack Your Knives Last Chance Kitchen update. We'll see who are the double elimination contestants in Last Chance Kitchen. I kind of feel like the hat trick episode deserved to be in its own elimination challenge. I really liked that. That was a really fun Last Chance Kitchen episode. And I know that Tom is just one of 3 judges, so they can't really make him the face of an elimination challenge. But that one was fun. And then it was thrown for a loop when Samuel had to go home. Hey, Last Chance Kitchen. See what happens next week. Till next time.